Hello everybody, welcome back to another Magic the Gathering arena video. Today I'm looking at a white-green tokens enchantments deck, let's call it. So this deck is mostly built again around Moth Rider Cavalry. So I've tried red-white, I've tried black-white, both of which were pretty decent, had pretty good win rates in Mythic. So I thought I'd give green-white a try. And as I started to look at the green-white token generator cards, like Jugan Defends the Temple, Ranger Class, and Battle for Bretagard, which I'll go through in a second, I started to realise they're all enchantments, so that's why we are also running one creature in this deck, which is Generous Visitor. Obviously I could run like the Kami or other enchantment synergistic creatures, however with running Moth Rider I only really want to be running one drop or no creatures at all. So yeah, what we are running is basically a bunch of enchantments that generate creatures, like Felidar Retreat, and Battle for Bretagard, and then a bunch of removals. So we're running Fateful Absence, Circle Confinement, March for Otherworldly Light, and the Wandering Emperor as removal. Battle for Bretagard generates a 1/1 Human Warrior creature token on turn 1, a 1/1 Elf Warrior creature token on green 2, and then we get to basically double our number of tokens. So that also includes any tokens generated from Join the Dance, obviously only one of them. Ranger Class, so we've got the Wolf tokens. I've got human tokens being created here as well. Obviously these are two that give the same type of token. We also have one human monk coming from Jugan, and we have white samurais from Emperor. So we've got lots of different tokens we can double with this. I was running 4 Battle for Bretagard, but the problem is it's a little weak on turn 3. I think what you really want to be playing this is about turn 5 when you've managed to build up a few different tokens. So that's why I'm only playing 2 of them, because by like turn 5, 6, 7, when we probably want to be playing this, we will have drawn one by then. We don't want to be drawing too many too early. Running 4 March of Otherworldly Lights, this is basically very good removal for the early game. Running 2 of these because it synergizes with our enchantment and is removal. 2 of these for Planeswalkers, basically, as we can't hit that with either of these spells. And then, yeah, the rest is hopefully cards you'll all know and recognise. Jugan Defends the Temple is kind of the powerhouse of the deck and the way to give us a mana dump later, so we can basically spend all of our spare mana on putting tokens on our creature, putting counters on our tokens. That's the deck really. Running a fairly standard mana package with some creature lands, the unique lands, and 4 Forsaken Crossroads. So yeah, I'm going to record a few games and show you how I get on. Alright, here we go. Playing against mono green, I believe, this player. Yeah, not bad. Interesting set of non-basic lands we have here. That's what we need, a bit of an engine in our middle game. So we can go 1, 2, 3. Always nice to be able to play a turn 2 Forceful Cultivator. So this creates just white humans, human warriors, wolves. Okay, I'm gonna have loads of tokens. Tokens everywhere, tokens for days. So yeah, I'll pop this one down first, then we can Wedding Announcement next turn. Don't really want to trade. It does look like I'll have to take a hit as a result, but that's okay. Old Growth Throw. Take one more token. All these tokens are going to become 3/3s at some point, so or bigger. The oddity, yeah. I'll probably just block like this. That's 10, but then less 2. So we'll double that. Then kind of like holding this more than even killing this off. We'll get in for 8. Draw a card. Nice. Safekeeping. Another oddity. So we will kill off one of those. Then we can make good blocks like this. Oh, they have any mana open, but yeah. GG. That was a good first outing. Nice when we're not playing against Mythic Massacres, basically. Let's try again. Okay, let's see if we can get that lucky again and not run into Meathook. Basically, I don't want to see black, which is asking a lot in this day and age. Yeah, this is nice. Ah, I don't want to see black. Black. Never mind. Right. Nope, don't need any more. 4 is plenty, thank you. Black green. Swarm Saboteur. It's the 2/1 death touch that allows them to create virus beetles. Okay. We'll get our wolf down to block that. We don't want to be overrun with virus beetles if we can help it. It's a shame. It's an adventure ninjutsu deck. Should be interesting to see. I think we'll just get this down for 3. Gives us the 1/1 blocker for the Swarm Saboteur. It's only got 1 toughness. The question will be what to discard if forced to discard. I guess this has splashback, but yeah. Opponent can double Beetle here, so yeah. Okay, I think I'll put one of these in the bin. Get some chunkier tokens out now. Obviously the 4th level of Ranger class is virtually useless in this deck because by design we don't have any creatures, so the Moth Rider works well. But yeah, so there's a slight non-bo, but I mean it's so rare that the 3rd tier of Ranger class is actually doing anything for us anyway that I'm not too worried. Okay, a straight up Springleaf Avenger. Cool, just level this and attack that. You know, if I had a land in hand, I probably would have played the retreat, but yeah, these are getting pretty big. Sadly, I've only got 1 green source, so I can't use the safekeeping. I'm guessing this is an attack in an attempt to ninjutsu something in. Not 100% sure. Yeah. Pick up the virus beetle, ninjutsu and a liberator, which is actually really nice. But we did have to kill the Avenger because, yeah, can't let that live and don't really want to be chumping it. Yeah, I can ditch the safekeeping. Don't think we're playing against a ton of flat destroyer here. Okay, get the visitor in. Oh yeah, we don't have a 2nd green source. Use this to get my token, my counter, sorry. Because all of our creatures are big. 5/5 menace. It's obviously blockable like this. I think I would have kept those creatures separate if I wanted ninjutsu stuff. But okay, interesting deck to play against, but not a real contender probably. I have tried to make a similar deck myself and might try again after seeing that. It does look fun, but yeah. GG, we'll try again. Wow, next game already. Viridian, so playing mono green again. Number 79. Acceptable, just about. Keep mulliganing until you don't have any lands in hand for your cultivate. What? They're mulliganing all the way to 0 by the looks of it. I mean, how many cards? How many times was that? 5? Opponent? Maybe they've just thrown their keyboard out the window in rage at whatever they were mulliganing for. Something bad has happened to the opponent. Either that or my game's crashed. Whenever someone like goes in the tank like this, like during the mulligan phase, I'm always like, is my game dead? Hello? This Moth Rider with all his little infantrymen. Samurai infantry. I wonder like what the maximum number of creatures. I mean, so with this obviously you want it to cost 2, but you don't necessarily need to play it on turn 2. So you can play it with a bunch of 1-drops, hoping to only have one of them and play it on turn 2 to buff your 1-drop. Or you can play it with a few small creatures and then accept you're going to play it later. But I've only made decks so far without any creatures, or with like 1 or 2 creatures in it. Like this one, it has the Generous Visitor is the only creature, which is obviously a 1-drop. But I can't play it with this anyway because that costs 1 green. Yeah, I think they've thrown the keyboard out the room, or monitor. Not sure which. I was wondering where my pet thing was, but I think it's this starts in the air and only lands once the person has started the game. Just like this one starts asleep. Is this going to be a free win against number 79? This is like, I think what they've run into is the issue that I run into playing the mono green deck with the Forceful Cultivator, which is the trying to play all the lands that aren't really lands, i.e. like the Kalni Ambush and the Turn Timber Symbiosis, but the hand smoother thing in best of 1 games messes around with you. If you're not playing real lands, I swear it doesn't know how to like smooth the hands properly, and you end up with like 1 land hands all the time. Yeah, that person definitely rage quit that game. Alright, well look, nearly 200 places for free. Next game. Okay, next game. Yeah, it's not bad. As long as we get another land. This is otherwise a bit useless, but listen to this is nice. Even got one of our regiments to try out. Okay, Mythic. Lovely. We'll be untapping this. Yeah. I'm not convinced how well I'm going to do against the mill deck. At least I have got some flashback cards in the deck. I wonder if the opponent's got a Jawari here. So this is just on cast anyway. At least I get a counter if nothing else. Braid. Okay. Still got my 2/2. Got more generous visitors where that one came from. So we'll have enough to play. I guess we'll play out both of the, or one of these, and upgrade the Ranger class. Upgrading this at least makes this get past the ruin crap, or they have to use a spell on it. Start getting some damage in, or taking cards out of their hand. That's got to be the priority against Mill, is just keep the pressure on. Nice. So I think next turn it's probably Visitor into Regimen. Obviously the untapping isn't that helpful here, but key to the archive. It's interesting in a Mill deck. I don't think there's any Mill cards in there, is there? I guess it's for the board wipes, or the, you know, extra turns and board wipe side of things. Put these both on here. I think what we want to take, I mean, I could breach this to stop the land. Yeah, I think breaching that is probably the best thing. Make them both 4/4s, so there's no better block. Okay, the block implies there's the board wipe coming this turn. Tutoring. Guess he's tutoring a burn down the house. Would be pretty much the nuts with the 5 open mana, yeah. Okay. I'm probably flashing. Thing is, the opponent's got 5 mana, so they can do most of what they want to do anyway. Whereas to keep the pressure on, I kind of need some more creatures. I'm going to leave the key for a turn. We'll flash this back. Yeah, they got plenty of mana anyway. Okay, that's quite nice. What are these? White and green here. So I'll take the white. And then make both of these counters, both of these tokens, 3/3s with counters. Got the difference in the always tripping over counters and tokens as words in this game, which then presents lethal next turn. Guess a bounce spell. Maybe it's copying a Fading Hope. At least we can protect one of them with the safekeeping. Definitely worth keeping one there. And now we might as well remove the key. Not that it's going to make a big difference to the game, but there's no other artifacts or enchantments coming out that we care about, I don't think. And they are top decking for Tasha's or something now. Oh man, top deck an adversary is pretty nice. That's the Fading Hope back, I suppose. Is that the best thing they have? Or they can get the tutor. Demonic tutor. It's probably the... I mean, or a braid. Fading Hope. There's all sorts of options for them. Maybe they'll braid the Moth Rider. Or maybe they'll tutor another burn down the house. Nah, just gonna bounce the token, I suppose. Yeah. I think I would have braided the cavalry personally. But yeah, we're not worried about taking damage against this deck. Gonna get a big moth. Three counters a turn. See if they can top deck an answer. I mean, we've still got 37 cards in deck, so even a copied Tasha's shouldn't finish us here. Although nothing too expensive in the deck. There's also not very many 1-drops, so average cost probably 2.5, or between 2.5 and 3 somewhere. In fact, I should turn a couple of my white lands and my plains into the 7-drop spell that produces angels, just to give me that extra protection against Tasha's Mill. Well, they've definitely drawn something to think about. I'm not sure what it is. Copying. What is it? Divide by 0? No. Copying Fading Hope. I guess they were considering whether or not to use the Galvanic, but they've realised that probably that they're dead otherwise. Well, don't like seeing them put something on top when they're top decking, but if only I had a man land down at this point. Okay, you're the Frost Dragon. I might as well hold open the March. It's actually better than putting this to level 4, to be honest. It'd only be if I was more of these Moth Riders in the top of my deck. So they do get to learn, which is slightly annoying. They could take a teachings for 2 cards. I might as well remove this. Just because it's a blocker, if nothing else. More land for us. Okay. At least I can scry this time. No, we don't want more land. Let's see what's on top. Another regiment. It's okay, because we can create a load of tokens with that. Crush the weak. They're literally top decking answers to everything here. There's the man land that I was talking about, which actually is a nice top deck. I think it has to be this, even though I can't cast it this turn. I've only got 1 to discard with the Pyre. Just digging a little bit, but to be honest, they haven't dug very deep. Ruined crap. That's fine. Oh my god, more land on top for us. There we go. Now they've got a lot to deal with. With the top deck again. Just a land. Good. Couldn't top deck answers forever. Although they are Izzet, so maybe they can. Alright. Good. Another good game for us there. Let's try once more. Okay, next game. This is not the best, but I'm a sucker, so we'll keep. We've got the scry. I'm holding out on the scry. Okay, it's going to make us slow, but it is a land, and I just can't throw away any land at the moment. It's going to be a tougher game with this. This hand, Join the Dance is like on the cusp of being playable in this deck. It might have to be cut, but I'm not sure. It's just a way of giving me some board presence, like building up a quicker board presence once we get wiped, especially with its flashback, you know. I think I might only be running 2. Not sure. Obviously it hasn't got the synergy with the Visitor, which it's a bit of a shame, and the opponent's gone in the tank before even playing the first time. We'll go for white this time. Don't want that land. Even though it's a nice man land, just can't have more tap lands at this point. Plunder is absolutely fine. I will ditch both of these. It's a good card, but it is tempo neutral. That's you know, doesn't actually help them develop their board at all. So problem is we are going to get meat hooked because we are against mono black, and I'm running a whole bunch of small creatures. If this is black land meat hook, then we're in trouble. Okay, no, it's Connoisseur, which is okay. Only copying the two. Just need something to buff them all now. We are just like begging to be meat hooked. Another Connoisseur, even though I have no cards in hand. Okay, that is a way to buff some of these creatures if we draw any lands. I think I'm just going to make one big creature in case of the meat hook, basically. If they had it, they would have played it. So it's unless they top deck it by now. Yeah. There goes my retreat. That's a shame. Just anything that can buff my creatures is what I need here. There we go, finally. We'll attack with everything. I know they can kill off one of my visitors for free, but, you know, it's a big attack. Oh, it's a lethal attack. Didn't even count that. GG. Thankfully, no me hook. I was literally, you know, talking about it every single turn, because it would have completely changed the game, and I assume they're running it. But yeah, they didn't find it, so GG. So here's just a quick look at the stats based on the games that I've shown today, and also some games that I didn't show. So I'm posting a 60% win rate in Mythic over 15 games, so it's not the best deck, I would say, that I've ever designed. It's not ultra competitive, but it will grind a positive win rate, which is probably not quite good enough to say it's playable in Mythic, in the sense that you will slowly lose rating with a 60% win rate. But it's a fun deck, and it's a nice one to sort of fall back on if I'm getting fed up of other sort of more competitive decks that I'm playing. So I recommend giving it a go, and you know, I'd definitely say there's improvements that could be made to this list. I kind of threw it together quite quickly as a bit of fun, and yeah, I'm 100% sure there's things that could be improved in this deck in terms of making it more competitive on the ladder at the moment. It's not in a brilliant place to be countering the meta, as both Molten Impact and Mythic Massacre are good against sort of token generating go wide decks. But yeah, I'm sure it could be improved and made probably up to 65% win rate or so over more games. So yeah, please leave your feedback in the comments below. You know, tell me how I can improve the deck, or tell me what type of decks you'd like to see in future. But thanks again for watching, and bye for now.